Well, we say welcome to Mike Milburn, who is the Speaker of the House of Representatives in Montana. Good morning to you, your time, I suppose.
And good morning to you, and good morning to everyone and all your listeners.
Yeah. We have called you just to hear a bit more about the medical marijuana law in your state and the bill which has the purpose to repeal the medical marijuana law. Could you first, please, sir, tell us about the situation regarding so-called medical marijuana in Montana?
Yes, it was several years ago where we had an initiative, which is a vote by the people, that placed medical marijuana on the ballot. And they voted that in, but we only had about 29% of the people that voted. Out of that, about 60, a little bit more than 60% voted this in. But the idea was that it could be used for terminally ill or chronically ill people. And what happened was that through the years, the last several years, but especially the last year, that people, they were taking advantage of it, and they had a growing operation going, and more of these growing operations, they sprang up, and pretty soon it just got out of control. They were selling it. You were supposed to have gotten a card from a doctor and all that, but they were getting these cards from just any doctor, and it just, in the meantime, has become a free-for-all where anybody can get these cards. So it's gotten totally out of hand. We've grown to about 30,000 now card holders and 5,000 growing operations, and growing about 1,000 card holders a month. So it's getting into our schools, into our teen use. We're seeing a lot more higher addiction rates of marijuana. So it's become a major problem, and also a problem in crime and exporting the drug to other states.
Mm. Now, you have sponsored the bill HB 161, I understand?
That's right. I am the sponsor of that.
Yeah. Could you tell us about the title of the short title is Repeal Medical Marijuana Law. Could you just tell us a bit about the proposals in this bill?
Yes, and the proposal is very short and very direct. It is to totally repeal the initiative that the people put into place. And the reason was that those that voted for it, that thought it was for terminally ill and chronically ill, are saying this is not what we had in mind, that is causing a tremendous amount of problems and social problems in our society. So I just decided that I would have a bill that totally repeals the initiative to put it back to where it's illegal as it is on a national level. And that's what I'm doing. It's total repeal.
Mm. And what is the support for this? Would most of the people be along your line, or would there be a lot of opposition to it? Because we know that there are very strong forces in various places in the United States who really want to promote the so-called medical marijuana. So what do you think about the support you will get for this bill?
Well, so far, so good. We have, a House of Representatives and then a Senate. The House has twice as many members as the Senate, and it has passed the House and will be going to the Senate. And I believe that it will be okay. I'm not sure, though, because although people understand the problems that it's caused in society, they also are nervous about this being going against the initiative that the people voted in. Well, my argument is, and I believe out there in our voters and in our society, is that this is not what they had in mind when they voted for it. I think that the majority of the people now in Montana are sorry they did it. Other states now are looking at Montana and saying, we don't want this, and if initiative comes to them, like South Dakota, our neighboring state, they had an initiative to legalize medical marijuana. They voted it down, and they looked at us as a bad example. So I believe that the support is out there, but I don't know how far this will go. It's going to be an uphill battle the longer we go to get this completely repealed.
And if you don't succeed this time, what will be the next step? Is there a possibility to try it again, or what are the rules?
Yes. What we have is we have a couple more bills coming along also that will restrict it, put real strong restrictions on it to where it doesn't go to everybody. And if mine does not make it through, then we'll fall back on those. If that doesn't make it, we have another process that will put it back to the voters, to where it'll put it back on the ballots, and the voters will vote it up or down again. And that's not a bad way of doing it. We almost had that momentum going into the last election, to where we had it on the ballot, but we didn't quite get there. You have to have so many signatures before you can put it on the ballot. So I don't know. I would say that daily, weekly and every month, people are realizing this is how bad it is, and it's getting more and more out of control and out of hand, and it would be more for total repeal.
Well, thank you, Mike Milburn, for talking to us. Thank you very much.